Ohayo. Welcome to the So Japanese Podcast, a podcast where we discuss all things Japan. With the podcast, we hope to guide you through traveling or working in Japan.
Yep.
Today's topic is, I think, a very good one.
Yep.
It's what to expect when working in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to go through the differences from, I guess, in Western cultures in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Working in Japan.
Yep. So when you work in Japan, I mean, when you apply a job, what do you need? Resume.
You need a resume in applying in Japan, but it's different.
Yeah. So the resume form in Japan is different. Not like here, North America, what you do is like there's no form. I mean, there's a kind
application form, but you always give your resume with the application form.
Yeah.
But in Japan, it's just
a form. Like you can buy in konbini, you can buy some place, and then you basically fill up. But I know it's weird, but you need to have the picture.
Yeah, so a picture is probably illegal to add on your resume, or if an employer requires a picture
In North America,
yeah, as well as your age.
Mm-hmm.
So those are two things that might be weird to you, but it's really normal in Japan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so picture, age, and
application form.
So
yeah, you'll get to learn in Japan. They love forms.
Mm-hmm.
They love filling out forms.
Yeah. So for sure you can find on the internet. If you don't know how to fill it, you can always research. It's called Rilekisho. So it's the resume. R-I-R-E-K-I-S-H-O. Rilekisho. Anyway.
So what else to expect working in Japan?
Well, you guys know. Long hours.
Yeah, it's very long hours in Japan. You're expected to work long hours in Japan.
Especially if you're salary, no, hourly.
Yeah, if you're a salary employee, you can safe to expect you're going to be working more than the normal 40 hours a week.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Obviously, it depends on the company and then what you do. But what I heard from all my friends, they know Japanese people. They still work like same as Japanese people, mostly. Yeah.
So what, like minimum 12 hours a day?
Yeah, 10 to 12,
yeah.
I would say. And yeah, and Japanese loves have meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And to have meeting, they have meeting. So, you know, it's obviously, it's no...
So there's meetings
efficient.
On meetings.
Yeah. But I think it's kind of double check. It's the culture in Japan. Triple check. But yeah, the meeting sometimes doesn't mean nothing. But, you know.
What else is there? There's a common thing is you can't leave work before your boss.
Yeah. So if you work in the office, you know the boss is sitting like the boss table. You finish your job at 5. You look at the boss still there. You better stay, or maybe you can go and ask, like, I do all my tasks today. Is there anything I can do?
It's also very common in office culture in Japan where the boss doesn't have, or the sacho,
Mm-hmm.
you guys call boss sacho, they don't have their own office room. He sits amongst everyone else.
I think so. Yeah.
That's very common.
Yeah. Yeah. So make sure you always follow the rule with what company expect from you. Okay.
What's another common thing? Another custom is to go drinking with your coworkers and your boss after work.
Yeah.
If they invite you, you should go.
I think so. Especially if you're
If
new,
you're new, yeah.
then you definitely. I think if you're new and then you want to go too, but that's gonna happening often, then you still need to go.
It's very much Asian culture where that's how they gain trust.
Yeah,
Right?
develop a relationship. Right?
Yeah, team building,
Yeah,
how they gain
yeah.
trust. They
Yeah.
want to see how you are when you're drunk.
Yeah. So the other thing, because Japanese work culture is very teamwork. No, like single people working, and then you finish task, and then you go home. I think that's why team culture is staying together, go home together. So, and even when I was working in the kitchen, it's actually the same. Like my head chef was doing some prep after service, and after long service, we start working like 10:30, and then finish like midnight, and then we're all done. But he started doing some stuff, and then I was curious, like no one's leaving, and I was like, "Can we leave?" And then he said, one of my coworkers said, like, "No, we should stay because he's still doing something." And I was like, "So can we ask to help?" And then he said, "No, he loves doing by himself, but he expecting everybody to stay till he finish." So it's weird, and for other culture people, I think why, but again, you can leave if you really want to, but
It's gonna
you
look
might
really
have
bad.
a hard time
Yeah, exactly.
after. No, like we're not scare you, but that's the fact. So just keep in your mind, right?
What other things should our listeners be aware of when you're going out to drink with your coworkers?
So if you go with your team, and then obviously your boss will be there, then you make sure he's gonna sit that spot. Normally we gave boss or shacho kamiza, which is against the wall, and then maybe like in the middle, so like everybody's besides him.
So the conversation revolves around him. He's in the main seat.
Exactly. Even though you don't want to talk to boss,
How about pouring drinks?
Of course, pouring drinks is important.
So always pour the Sacho's drink before yours.
Yeah, or maybe if he's drinking something else by the glass, and then you make sure, then you're gonna ask server, and then can we get drink for him, please?
Okay,
so that's very bright,
Mm-hmm.
right? So then he's gonna like it. Yeah, but I would say ask him, would you wanna have another, or he might gonna say, oh, I wanna order something else.
Mm-hmm.
But still, you're gonna call them and then can you bring him this drink? Yeah.
And who normally pays in these situations?
Normally, I would say like older or high ranking people.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's really depends. They might gonna say, let's do warikan.
Uh-huh. What's warikan?
Warikan means spread the bill.
Okay.
But a lot of Japanese restaurants, they don't spread the bills. So what you do is like, this table gonna calculate, then it divided the number of people. So if they say warikan, then you need to expect you need to pay. If your boss say, it's okay, it's on me, then thank you. Yeah.
So with the long hours, I know there was a lot of news stories about employees being overworked and even working till death.
Yeah, it's unfortunately it's common, right?
So let's tell our viewers about one of the news stories that started to make the government change some policies, implement some policies to prevent overworking.
Yep.
So what was it? It was a lady who worked for NHK, the National Television Broadcast Company.
Yep. And yeah, she works like 150, about like 150 hours overtime per month.
So she was working double the amount of hours.
Double the amount of hour, yeah. So then, unfortunately, she, her fiance found she was cold in her bed.
So he found her dead in her bed, and just from maybe sheer exhaustion.
Yeah.
But it was a big news story, and it triggered the government to implement some changes. So what were some of those changes?
So they make these things called Prime Friday. So basically, the
Friday a month.
Yeah, I would say like fourth Friday a month. Is that correct? The fourth Friday.
The fourth Friday a month. Okay.
Yeah, and you can go home early, like you finish your work like noon. So you have like half day free time, plus Saturday, Sunday off. So you can enjoy with your family. You can enjoy with your friend. Go for lunch. Go for dinner. Go for shopping. So that's the way you decrease your stress.
Try to give the people more of a work-life balance.
Yeah.
And they also tried to limit overtime, right? They limited it to like 40 hours a month or a week? No, a month.
40 hours a month, I think. Yeah. But obviously, what I heard is the company force you to do overtime. But anyway, you can finish your task. What happens is you bring your work to home. Then
So
on Saturday, Sunday, you're still working on your computer. And that's what same thing happened for Prime Friday. They basically get kicked out and don't work. But I have things to do.
So it's just for looks, really, right? You're not working in the office, but you still have work to do, and you end up doing it at home.
Exactly. And then other company, there was another instance about like Karoshi, the work death. And this company, what they did was like, so they need to turn all the lights in the building.
Turn off all the lights.
Yeah, turn off all the light after 10 p.m. So no one can work, right? It's dark. So they kind of show to the public like, okay, so that no one is overtime. No one is working like after midnight. But then what happened was like around 4 a.m. all the lights are up. So yeah, you stay overnight, but you go there early.
So either way, you're still working.
Exactly. Yeah.
What can our listeners expect within the work environment? I know what's common in Japan is the morning exercises.
Radio taiso. Yeah.
So again, another team building exercise, right? And so what happens?
About radio taiso? Well, so like before you start work, everybody, if there's a space outside, and then everybody go out, and then the one guy in front of you show you how to move, and everybody's line up in the same position, and you follow the guy.
It's just like light aerobic exercises, right?
Exactly.
I know some offices, they just do it beside their desk. But it's very common in all industries. Offices, like all industries.
Yeah, but no kitchen though. I never seen a kitchen.
Oh yeah?
No. Yeah. Maybe some do, but yeah. And uniforms.
Yeah, uniforms are very common. Suits definitely. And yeah. And some office, you might need to take off the shoes. But they have slippers, so that's very like, Japanese.
Yeah, you're not gonna be like barefoot and walking around. No.
And going back to like filling out forms, Japan is very still paper-based.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, they also have what's super necessary is Inkans. What are Inkans?
Yeah, so Inkan is basically the stamp, but they have several different type of Inkan for if you want to apply some new project, then you bring to your boss, and then the boss give you this Inkan with like, okay, go ahead.
So it's like a stamp of approval.
Exactly.
But everyone in Japan has their own Inkan, no matter...
No, anyway,
right?
For banking system,
Yes.
you need to have it. Yeah. But yeah, for the office, they have that. And then if you need to pay to your client and there's another stamp, then you need to bring to your boss, and then boss is going to stamp. So to me, in here, if you need a check for your client, then you print the check, then you bring to your boss. It's same, but like sign.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Simple, right? But over there in Japan, if there's no Inkan, then nothing's gonna work. So it's very, to me, it's dangerous too, because sign is human.
Mm-hmm.
But Inkan is the thing, it's the product. You have to have it, and you have to make sure keeping it safe.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, if somebody don't know how to open safe, and then like who's gonna sign or who's gonna do this, so you stuck that. You know what I mean?
So it's like you need a signature, but also an Inkan.
Yeah. And sometimes boss is busy and then doesn't do it, or there's a lot of.
So for our listeners that are thinking about working in Japan or living there, that's something you need to get for all official documents. To get a bank account, you need an Inkan.
Mm-hmm.
There's many places to get an Inkan.
Mm-hmm.
You can get it there's mom and pop Inkan stores. When I was there, I got mine at just a normal department store, Loft.
Mm-hmm.
They also offer it. And even if you don't have a Japanese name,
they can still make for you.
Yeah, in katakana, they will still phonetically in Japanese.
To me, that was supplies though. Like I never thought like the foreigner people needs to have Inkan. I was like, how?
Well, you can't open up a bank account.
That's what about if somebody has like long name?
I guess they'll just shorten it. Or I don't know.
Yeah, because good thing about Japanese name, we all have kanji, right?
Yeah.
So that's what they made small character. I mean, like only 2 or 3 character. But John and katakana, it's already 3 with so many. How can I say, like
strokes?
Yeah, strokes and in a small stamp. Yeah. By the way, the stamp is not that big though.
No, it's very small.
It's very small.
Like
I would say like a pinky size.
Yeah, pinky size stamp.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I know in Chinese they will find a kanji that sounds like your name.
Oh, maybe.
So maybe they can do it like that if your name is super long.
That's correct. Yeah.
Tardiness, being on time is very important in Japan.
Oh, make sure.
So if the meeting starts at 9, that doesn't mean you arrive at 9.
No. You better be there like 15 minutes before.
So being on time in Japan is actually late.
Mm-hmm.
And generally there's no excuses for that because
the train system is like crazy, insanely on time.
Yeah.
So people know where you come from, and then people know what time you should be here.
Mm-hmm.
You can't lie. Or as long as you take your bicycle.
Even in if the train is 30 seconds late, they will offer a public apology.
Exactly. And they might gonna give you the note. So like you can bring that note to the company, and then because of this, I'm late, sorry. And then,
exactly. So if the train was delayed somehow before you leave the station at the gates, they will give you a piece of paper.
Yep. Yeah.
to give to your boss,
Yeah.
to tell them that please excuse him, we were late, it's not his fault.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the first time I got that paper, it was super weird.
Really? Because I never take train in Japan, so I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't even notice the train was delayed. It probably was like a couple minutes. And then everyone was lining up at the gates. And then one of the train workers were giving you...
Pass you all the... Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so on time. Really make sure. Maybe if you're planning to go Japan and then work, or even like just go Japan and you want to do something with friends, Japanese friend, just make sure, be respect, like on time is really that's the thing.
Exactly. You said it. It's a sign of respect.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're valuing the other person's time by showing up on time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How about taking holidays? I know there was a statistic where on average Japanese people only take half of their vacation days.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that is?
Trip?
I think in Japan it's very society is very it's regulated by the sense of shame, right? Shame, and you feel bad and you don't want to burden others with your work. So if I were to take 2 weeks off, that means my coworkers, the rest of my team, has to do my work for me.
Even though it's not true, you still feel like I'm the only one taking vacation. Everybody else is working. And that gives you like, oh, am I doing right?
Right? You feel guilty for taking time. You feel guilty for taking the time that you are owed.
Exactly.
But it's very common where people don't take their vacation, right? So it's just the culture of not taking it.
Which is sad, and it shouldn't be that happen. But unfortunately, the Japanese work culture is still like that. So yeah, just keep in your mind, and you can still say like, I'm allowed to take vacation and then I'm going. But it might gonna be hard when you come back, like people's eye watching you and like, oh yeah, you're so refreshed.
That brings us to the concept of omiyage. Omiyage is souvenirs,
Yes.
but it's very, very common to, after going on holiday, on vacation, to bring omiyage back to your coworkers.
Yeah.
A sign of like, thank you for letting me take my time off.
Yeah. Also, I would say like, I was there, so I want to share the, experience. So I know like a lot of people goes to Hawaii. Japanese people loves Hawaii.
And Guam. Yeah.
I don't remember how many times I eat the macadamia nut chocolate. Maybe like million times. I never been Hawaii, but yeah. So like they know where they go and then what they get, and mostly snack, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes like keychain, but mostly food. So like it's easy to share.
Yeah, and the omiyage that you can buy in Japan, even at Japanese airports, normally are very nicely packaged snacks. Individually packaged as well, so you can hand it out to your coworkers.
Yeah. I'm so bad about omiyage culture, even though I'm Japanese.
Yeah, omiyage is very Japanese.
Yeah. So, just make sure when you work in Japan, honestly, it's different culture, different country. So, and work hard. Everybody's working hard. So, you need to know you might have worked longer than now and even pay less. But I think the experience-wise, if you work with Japanese people, you get some real Japanese culture from that, and then you make a friend too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just be careful and enjoy.
So I hope you enjoyed our podcast about working in Japan.
Yep.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. Please follow or subscribe So Japanese.
Yeah, download our podcast.
Yep. And thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.